was actually inspired by the waterfall that's alongside the Eclipse Mill. And I sat outside and sketched it, actually in crayon. And I did several sketches. The light was changing a little bit, but it was a morning, it was a very crisp morning. And the water must have been right after a storm, I don't even remember, but I mean, it was a very full waterfall. And then from those sketches, then I worked in the studio to do a painting. But I like to keep the fresh quality of the sketches. I mean, that's why this is, this border, it looks less finished, less formal, and I really like that fresh quality. And also the strongest contrast is here, the white, and then the dark up here, so your eye goes to this more so than this, so I try to direct the eye of the viewer by how I use color, contrast. But everything is kept very simple, but your mind fills in what it is. I think most people would understand that this is a waterfall, and that those are trees back there, and this is sky, even though the sky wasn't purple, and the trees are not blue and green and black. But those are colors that I liked. They gave the impact that I liked. And just putting this bright blue border around it, that color happened to look good with all these, I thought. And I just didn't like it when the water came all the way down to the bottom. It just needed a different shape. But at that point, the canvas was the shape that it was, so I just, outlined it like I would in a sketch in a sketchbook. So I think it maintains the look of a sketch, which is, I think artists are always asking themselves why the sketches look better than the finished paintings, and it's because you get too involved and you go further, and so I tried to keep that very spontaneous, shorthand look about it. So it's not part of the picture, really. And I have fun with color. Maybe these colors are believable, but they're not exact. As far as being purples and blues and greens, I mean, they were probably there, but a waterfall especially is it's full of motion, so you can't capture it exactly. I don't paint from photographs. I paint from sitting on site and sketching. And now I'm leaving them unframed and painting all around the edge of the canvas. Because I think that gives it a more contemporary look, and anybody who purchases a painting can frame it if they want, but it certainly doesn't need to be framed, and I like that. I like the freedom for me not having to surround it with something that wasn't part of my creative process. A frame is somebody else's process, it's not mine, so I've just decided to get away from the framing part.